everyone, welcome to my Flosstube. If you've never seen me before, this is my channel Darkxstitch and my name is Nadia. I typically post once a month at the minute. I used to post every week and then I think it went to every 2 weeks and now it's every month. So this is a video for August. I am mostly a monogamous stitcher currently on a giant project if you've never seen me before. But if you have seen me before, then you know exactly what I'm doing. So Lord of the Rings, giant project, really hoping to get that done as soon as possible, although it's, I think I've got another 2 years to be honest with you. I have took a break this month, so there's only going to be like one clip for August. I decided to, instead of doing it week by week and then pushing all the videos together and making one YouTube video, I have just decided to record at the end of the month. Last month's video, something was playing up. I don't know what I'd done, but I only uploaded one clip to start with, and then I had to go back and find the edited video that I'd actually made and re-upload it. So just to help my little brain, I'm just gonna record this all in one go. So what have I been up to for the month of August? It has been a nice month, a really good month. Nothing bad has happened, so I've been lucky in that way. I had my son's 17th birthday, which was really nice. It was a really nice day, really good weather. He seemed to enjoy himself. In terms of work, I think I've been working slightly more this month than last month. I definitely feel more tired this month, but I don't know if that's because of the weather, because it has been hot. It's been too hot for me. I can't wait until autumn, winter and spring. I will take any other month other than summer. Like, I think autumn's probably my favourite month. And then maybe spring. I do like winter. But sometimes I can get a little bit miserable with how cold and dark every single day seems to be. But anyway, what else have I been up to this month? So I have been watching Wednesday on Netflix. I have watched the first 4, I believe it is, and then the rest come out in September. I enjoyed that. That was pretty good. I have been watching Attack on Titans, which is an anime. I rewatched it because I have actually seen it all before, other than the ending. For some reason I never watched the ending. Really good. Still really enjoy that one. I did actually have a stamped cross-stitch pattern of Attack on Titan that I got custom of ages ago, and I did it with a company that wasn't very good, so it wasn't coming out very well. It was another, of course it was another giant stamped cross-stitch pattern, and I did start it on a scroll. That was when this room used to be my craft room, and I had it on a giant scroll, and I think I got half of a Titan's head in the cross-stitch pattern, and then Levi, if you know Attack on Titans, you know who I'm talking about. One of the human characters, Levi, standing on his shoulder. I started stitching him and it just looked awful, so I stopped. So I might at some point get another one done of that, because Attack on Titan is probably one of my favourite animes. I also watched the new Alien programme. That's a bit strange. It's pretty cool, but at the same time it's a bit strange. I'm glad it's actually quite scary though, this one. And I have been playing Hogwarts Legacy with my son. So whenever me and him spend time together, he will typically come down and we'll play Hogwarts Legacy. We have completed the story, so it's took us a month to complete the main story, but there's so much more other things that we need to do. I got in the mood, I will show you something, I was in the mood to stitch on a Hogwarts piece because of this game. So I did get a bit bored of Lord of the Rings and switch over to my Hogwarts chart, because I have a choice. I had a choice between my Hogwarts castle that I created and charted and that's free on the Facebook group, If you've never seen my Facebook group before, it's called Darkxstitch. There's loads of free patterns on there. If you are a member of the group, please feel free to share what you're actually working on, because the group is quite quiet. I don't know if people just come for the patterns and just don't bother leaving the group again, because it's got a fair few members now, but nobody really posts. So if you want to post on there, please feel free. I love to look at everybody's work. I am a bit of a pain for that though. I haven't posted myself on there for a long time. I feel like if I post on there, it's not going to be much of a surprise for you when I film where I'm up to, but I probably should start posting on there a bit more. So yeah, I decided, how many days ago? I think it's just over a week ago that I decided to switch. Yeah, so it's been about a week. So the last week of August, I would say, I decided to get out my Hogwarts. I'll put a picture here. Just for a bit of a break from Lord of the Rings. So I'm not stopping Lord of the Rings. I was just a little bit fed up. I have had a lot of progress on it. You will be pleased. But I think it was the way I was stitching. So I'll explain it all when I get each chart out. But there is an extra chart this month. Also, I stitched on Dark Queen, but only for one day. And I didn't touch the other small rotational piece that I use, which is the tarot one. Didn't touch it at all. And that will be because I picked up Hogwarts instead. What I should have done is rotated between Dark Queen, the tarot, and Lord of the Rings. But it's nice to have some sort of variety anyway. I mean, these charts have got to get done at some point. And I am really happy about the progress that I made on on Hogwarts. So I do have a bit of a haul for you as well. Just a teeny weeny haul. I will show you that first, I think. So this is another stamped cross stitch. So in my last video, I showed you a giant stamped cross stitch. In my head, the idea for that was to take it when I go traveling and take it to work potentially, because at Christmas time I'm going to be doing night shifts because I work in retail, so I'll be doing the night shift. But I didn't pay attention to the fact that the canvas, the giant canvas, doesn't have the key going all the way around it. And to do it at work, it needs to be as easy as possible, where I don't need to be taking so much stuff. I'm not going to have the space all the time during my break to get all the paperwork out, to find the symbol to stitch. So I decided to just keep that one for travelling and buy a smaller one for work, because it also would have been a bit difficult to put that one in my locker. So I have bought another one. It took a little while to get here because I think they were away. But another good thing about this one is it is an official licensed cross-stitch, stamped cross-stitch company. So all of their stamped cross-stitch charts are licensed. So if you're looking for a stamped cross-stitch, but worry about obviously copyrighted images and things like that, I would definitely check these out. I think they're a UK company, so I don't know how that will affect people overseas, because I know there's a lot of issues with shipping to the US from the UK and other places at the minute. But anyway, this is called Art Nouveau Forest, and it is literally, oh, I hope the glare's not too much, it's literally just a hoop pattern, nothing special. 16 counts. It came with my favourite plastic organisers, which I absolutely love, and I did have a quick go on it yesterday. It came with needles, so it came with 2 needles, but again this one doesn't have the chart or the key on the canvas, which is a bit frustrating. But this one is small enough that I can take to work and just keep this. Right, so basically what I've done, because I was testing it yesterday just to see if I could take it to work, I will keep it this way up, which, because this is the key, I don't know if that's going to focus. So that's the key. It's a very small key. I will keep that in the folder, like just that way. So then when I'm stitching at work, I can just quickly glance. And I'm probably only going to get time to do one strand at a time, because by the time I've eaten and everything else in my break, I'm not going to get a lot of time to do some stitching. So I'll do one strand, one thread at a time. But that was my test. I think I stitched that in 10 minutes, so that was good. But like for the time where I was looking at the chart to finding the strand to stitch in, it was about 10 minutes. 10 to 15 minutes. So I'll have about half an hour break. So that works out about perfect. I know it's a bit weird for me to work out all that stuff, but I don't want to carry all this to work and then it just not happen. So yeah, this one can sit at work, and when I have got, I don't know, considerable amount of progress on it, I suppose, then I will bring it back home and show you. I won't wait until it's completely finished to show you again. Maybe I could take a picture of it at work, because I don't want to keep bringing it backwards and forwards. I will leave it in my locker, because I push bike to work. I don't drive, so I don't really want to be carrying too much stuff. Okay. So that one can now go in my backpack, and I will take that to work in a couple of days, and then I will let you know how I get on. Right, let's do Dark Queen of the Seas, just to get this one out of the way. So Dark Queen of the Seas was worked on once. This is an Autumn Lane Stitchery chart. I am using Pattern Keeper. A lot of people gave me some tips for Pattern Keeper on how to work with a chart that doesn't read and you've input yourself. So thank you very much for the advice, help, tips. But this is where she's looking now. I don't think there's any point in showing you a before one, because I only got 217 stitches in. But I am working on the elbow, which is coming out okay. I think I might have done a miss stitch somewhere. So hopefully her arm isn't like ridiculously long. But I think, no, I think it's going to be okay. I think it looks long to me, her arm, but I think that's how it's supposed to be. I don't know. I will find out. I haven't really paid much attention to these charts this month. In the next month going forward I will, because I am going to put Hogwarts away and focus on these two smaller charts. So I will show you Hogwarts next. And I also need to add up the total of stitches, because I haven't. Okay, so Hogwarts is a chart that I made myself. It's available on the Darkxstitch Facebook group. There's a couple of people already doing this as well, kind of like a stitch along. It's the reason why I started it is because other YouTubers were doing it, and I thought it would be a good idea to do it along with them. I have no goal for an end date, because obviously I'm doing Lord of the Rings. And I should have a before picture for you here. Oh, that's okay. I thought I just flung my needle halfway across the room. And here is what it looks like now. So I am super happy with the progress that I have made, because I can see some of the castle. So what I was doing was picking a strand for the sky, and then when that one had been finished I would pick a strand for the castle, because I didn't want to get bored out of my mind with just the sky, because this chart has an awful lot of sky and I don't want to burn myself out with it when I do work on it. I am at the point now where I'm sick of it. because it's the same colours over and over again. I mean, this chart is going to be beautiful when it's done because it's my type of thing. Like, if I was going to do a scenery cross stitch, this would be it. A dark and gloomy castle, you know, like it's my type of thing. But stitching these is a real pain because I like stitching with dark colours, but this is just a different tone of grey all the time. So many different tones of grey. But it will be worth it in the end. So, yeah, the best way that I can say, if you're stitching this and you're close to the castle and you're sick of the sky, that would be my tip, is to work with a strand from the castle and then work with a strand from the sky just to get it out of the way. But it's nice when you can see something as well, like when the castle starts to come to life, because that's the predominant part of this chart. It's more exciting, I feel, because you're starting to see some good progress other than grey. So I did 3,175 stitches on this one, and it is charted on 32 count, and I'm doing 1 strand half stitch, which is not my favourite to do. Half stitch is my favourite, but not on 1 strand. Tends to knot quite easily for me. I don't know if it's just me in general, but it's a bit of a pain. Okay, now Lord of the Rings, I am super, super, super impressed with how much I got done. So in the last one, I remember saying that I was going to start stitching, because I kind of do, the way I stitch, I kind of do the typewriter method, where I'll pick the highest stitch and I'll go left to right with it. But this time I didn't go left to right. I went from the top down as I was going left to right. So you can't really call that typewriter method, but it done a lot of progress. It worked. I didn't think it would. I felt like it was going to take me longer to stitch, but it actually takes me longer when I switch back now from left to right from the top half. I'll show you in a minute. But here's what it looked like last time. And here is what it looks like now. Right, so I'll explain it a bit better now you can see the chart. The way I usually stitch is I would pick a strand that's the highest and go that way and then come back, or I'd go that way, and then if there was any thread left I would work it in to the bottom somewhere. The way I've been stitching this month is I've been going, I might have to get a bit closer to you. I've been working block by block and going down. So my goal was to completely fill a block and then go down to the next block. So when I work on this again, this will be the block that I fill, and then I'll go down, work on this block, go down, work on this block, if that makes sense. And obviously the continuous stitches that I'm working on get put into it as well. And it's actually made an awful lot of progress. I'm really, really happy with this progress. Obviously here's the bottom of the chart, excuse me. Oh, I'm so happy with it. The lighting in here is a bit weird at the minute, but yeah, super, super, super happy with it. So, progress-wise, I did 16,591 stitches, which means this chart now is at 18.48%. I haven't seen that much of an uptick in my progress since I started this chart. I'm very, very impressed that I managed to get that much done. I did stitch an awful lot over a couple of days, so I know I did have a slightly bit more time on some days than others, but even on the days where I was busy, I was really putting an effort in to stitch as much as I could. And I'm so happy that I did. I kind of miss working on this now that I've been working on Hogwarts, which is a good sign. That's what I want to feel. I want to feel like I want to come back to it because I don't want to get sick of it. Yeah, the chart itself is no longer available from where I purchased it to begin with. I purchased this from Etsy, but you can get it from Inspire Uplift, I think the website is called now. I should have a working link in the description down below where you can purchase this, hopefully, if it works. And I am stitching it on 28 count 2 strands half stitch. So every now and again when there's a lot of confetti, it does get quite thick. But other than that, it's really easy to stitch. I'm really happy with it. Really happy with it. And just looking at it again now after putting it away for a week is good, because I want to work on this today, which is nice. So Hogwarts can go away. I'm really glad I worked on that one. I'm really glad it got a little bit of progress, but now I want to focus back on this one and back on the tarot one that I have, because I really want to get those done. They're going to take forever, I know they are, because there's 12 of them, I think, if not more, and I'm only on the first one that I've purchased. So yes, very happy, very happy. I don't know if I can show you, it's all folded up, but super happy with that progress. And I'm really, the goal for September, I would say, is to get as close to 25% as I can. As close to 25% as I can. I don't think I'll get there, but as close as I possibly can. So that will be my goal. There's also, I don't know if you can see it, but there is a horse coming to life in this picture. My partner couldn't see it at all, but I can. It's here. So the horse's head and the horse's foot here. That's another mini goal of mine, is to find the horse and fill him in if I can. So I won't just ignore the block system that I'm doing and go straight for the horse, because then I'll have to stitch the background around him, and that'll be really frustrating if there's only 1 or 2 stitches. So I will keep going block by block, but you will see the horse come to life pretty soon. I'm trying to think how many blocks away I'm from him, but I think I'm actually about to go on to the blocks where the horse's head is. So that will be fun. So yeah, I'm really looking forward to September and stitching this. I don't know how much time I'm going to get, because I do have to do, I don't have to do it, but I've asked to do it. I have a week of night shifts coming up in September, and possibly a second week of night shifts. So those 2 weeks, the only way I can see me stitching this is if I stay up on my days off. We'll see. We'll see, because I'm not taking this one to work. It's too big, it's too complicated. I need my tablet. Yeah, we will see. But I think those 2 weeks I'm going to be asleep or at work or cleaning. So I probably won't get much time. But the other 2 weeks, I could potentially get a lot of stitchy time in. So the aim is 25%. Chances are I'll hit 20 if I'm lucky in those 2 weeks, but the aim is 25. So thank you very much for watching. I will see you at the end of September. And yeah, I don't know if there's anything else I've missed. It doesn't look like it, so I will see you at the end of September. I will try and work on tarots, so the Lover's Tarot. I'll just put a picture here just to remind you what that looks like. That one and Lord of the Rings this month. And that's it, if I can, because I know I'm not going to get those 2 weeks where I'm working nights. Might be a bit questionable for stitching, so we'll see. Okay, I'll see you next time. Bye bye.